A little bit cold, right? All right. So first thing, I would like everyone. You can see that we do have kind of like a box, right, around the specific area. We would like everyone to sit down. So please, if you don't mind, if you can just occupy some of the seats over here, please. Yes, please. Thank you. If you're behind as well, if you don't mind coming up forward. Thank you. Yeah, we don't want to feel, everyone is, everywhere or scanty or whatever the case is. It's an intimate time for us to be able to learn, for us to be able to, acquire knowledge, for us to be able to hear experiences as well. Praise God. All right. Okay. So I'll ask a question real quick. How many of us do have a pen and paper or notebook or phone to kind of jot down? Okay. I just want to see, if we're serious. First of all, I'm sure a majority of you definitely paid something. The other question is, do we have any expectation? Expectations? Yes, okay, that's good, that's good. All right, good, because if we do have such as, like a career or something that we definitely, a program that we're going to learn from, it's good for you to come with an expectation. It's good for us to come with a why, reason why we're attending this. Once more, okay, our reason why we're attending this. So with no further ado, media, are you ready for the introduction? Okay, 1 minute. All right, does anyone want to share with us one of their expectations? Expectations. Anybody bold enough? Or do you want me to walk around? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. My expectation is to be informed and to make right decisions based on the information that I get from this program.
Thank you. And that's from Mr. Dari Jolayemi. So it's very good. Majority, if you read books a lot, majority of the people that definitely, they step into an opportunity comes from information, first of all, right? They get informed. And if you get informed, the next question is going to be, what are you going to do with that information? Are you just going to put it in your, on your shelves or, just tug it, underneath your bed or whatever the case is? So any other person wants to share expectation? What are your expectations? Okay.
I'm expecting to live here and be a pro in marketing because I do some things that I need marketing, so I'm expecting to be a pro in marketing.
Thank you, Ma, for sharing. So she's expecting to be a pro in marketing, right? So she's expecting to be a pro in marketing. Awesome, awesome. All right, once more again, for majority of us that just joined, please, if you don't mind, we do have seats over here as well. We have some seats. If you don't mind, please moving forward. That would be great. And to kind of continue right now, do we have any guests in our midst? We would like to, appreciate you. Any guest? You don't, okay, anyone else? Guests. So this is your first time or you don't fellowship at this church. Someone invited you. So that's why you're here today. Okay? Okay, thank you so much for coming. Do you mind just introducing yourself, and what do you do, if you don't mind? And where do you live or something?
Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Architect Tulu Fowode. I'm into design and construction, basically in Nigeria. And I'm into NIN for diaspora in Dallas here. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's give him a round of applause. You're welcome, sir. Thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate you. All right, so if you don't mind sharing, we'd love to know you.
Praise the Lord. Yeah, my name is Victor Ayodele. I'm a pastor and I'm into ministry under the Empowerment Center in Fort Worth here.
All right, thank you, sir, for joining as well. Oh, okay.
I'm from Empowerment Center to Pastor Beckley. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you for joining. And we do have one person back there. We'd love to meet you.
My name is Naomi Brown. I'm an interior designer.
Thank you. If you didn't hear, her name is Naomi Brown. She's into interior designing, right? Anyone else? A guest we didn't missed before we progress? Any other guests? All right. Thank you so much once again. We really appreciate you joining. So as you know, today, Tuesday, our next program is going to be on Thursday. And are we ready to go? Okay. All right. We're going to have an introduction for everyone. Thank you.
Professional with an impressive educational background, including a bachelor's and master's degree in English, as well as a master's degree in operations management. With her diverse skill set and breadth of knowledge, Joy brings a unique perspective to her business, which is reflected in her outstanding portfolio and the exceptional value she provides to her clients. As a talented photographer with over 4 years of experience, Joy has established an impressive educational background, including a bachelor's and master's degree in English, as well as a master's degree in operations management. With her diverse skill set and breadth of knowledge, Joy brings a unique perspective to her business, which is reflected in her outstanding portfolio and the exceptional value she provides to her clients. As a talented photographer with over 4 years of experience, Joy has established herself as a trusted provider of quality and timeless services. Her ability to connect with different communities and individuals allows her to capture the essence of every client she works with, resulting in stunning images that are both memorable and meaningful. Beyond her professional pursuits, Joy is committed to giving back to her community through volunteering. When she's not behind the lens, you can often find her spending time with her husband and 3 children, cherishing the moments that make life truly special. Household of Faith. Please make welcome Mrs. Gabriels. Joy to the Business and Career Expo 2024.
I'm thankful to be here before you. Thank you, Pastor Rocco, for this opportunity, and thank you, everyone, for being here. You could have been doing one thing or the other, but you decided to register for the program and be here this evening. And I pray God puts the right words in my mouth that's going to do something in your life today. I pray that God speaks through me. Whatever I say is going to impact you one way or the other. So like you heard, my name is Joy Gabriels. I'm a professional photographer and makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist for 6 years and a photographer for 4 years. I'm going to be speaking about how you can combine your career with side also. So I'm just going to give you a little background to my career path and what I'm doing right now. So I immigrated to the United States as an international student. I think I came here in 2016, May 2016. I came in to study my master's program. So I went to school. I graduated December 2018. And for some personal reasons and, immigration, I won't say immigration issues, but, some limitations that we international students have, because I was on OPT and I was just trying to navigate, the market. How do I get a job? What do I do? How do I support my family? Then I had a 6-month-old baby. That was my first child then. So I was speaking to someone in church. Oh, I need a job. I need something to do. And the person was like, you didn't learn any skill before coming from Nigeria? I said, no. Oh, you should have learned something. They should have told you, even if it's how to sew or something. But then she said, who does your makeup? I said, I do it myself. Oh, you have a job. Just come to church next Sunday, print a business card and tell people you are a makeup artist. Do you know how to tie gele? I said yes. I didn't know how to tie gele. God forgive me because I lied. But I just said yes. So, I had no equipment. I don't even know how to drive. I don't have a car. I don't have anything. But, I did as the person said. I shared with my husband, and he was like, okay, you can go ahead and, do what she said. That was how I became a makeup artist, self-taught. I went on YouTube, I learned, and all that. And cut the long story short, the photography as well was someone telling me that, oh, I know someone that does makeup and take people's pictures. I think you should look into it. I brushed it off when she said it. It was Sister Kemi. She was in this church. Then she moved to another state. That said it. I was doing her makeup and she mentioned it. So I brushed it off. I think it was after 1 year after that I picked up photography as well. So God used these people one way or the other, to minister to me. And what I thought were just normal suggestions is what I'm doing today. So a little background to my qualifications, like what I was back in Nigeria. I owned a master's and a bachelor's degree in English language, and I was going to be a lecturer. When you see me like holding my books. I can study, like I don't have time for anything. When you talk to me, I don't look at you. I'm always with my book like this, and I'm running to the class. Like, I'm so serious, and nobody even wants to be friends with me. Like, I have books with tiny, tiny writings, and when you want to borrow my book, I sit with you. You write whatever you want to write together. I don't let you go away with my book because of some financial constraints, I don't have money to buy textbooks. So I borrow textbooks, and I jot down from your textbook. So that book you want to borrow from me is literally my life. That's my textbook, that's everything. So I don't give them. So Joy, don't go to Joy. Oh, she will borrow you, but you cannot take her book. So I was that strict with my studies. I was like, oh, no, they even call me professor already at school, semantics, everything. I just wanted to be a lecturer and all. So when I got here, a different situation entirely. And I was like, so all my dreams, just like that, When I went for the master's, I made sure it was English language because I want to be a professor of English. There was one lecturer that I looked up to so bad. I went to University of Ilorin that I was... I was looking up to him so bad that, I was going to be a professor like this man. So, then I went for my master's, and I was a teacher in one of the schools back home. I taught English language, I think, for SS1 students then. Then at the point, I was an administrative assistant with a media company. Then I moved back to Abuja. I got a job with the Nigerian police force. I was a human resource officer with their educational department then. So then when I got there too, he was like, no, I've arrived, This is where I'm going to build my tent. I'm going to do this and do that, do that. Then I got the opportunity, my husband moved there. We got married. He moved there like 2 years before me, before I joined him. So when I joined him was when I finished my master's and I tried to get a job and I didn't get a job. Then someone told me, you are good at doing your home makeup, start this as a business. So that's like the background of, everything that got me to the point that I am right now. It was tough initially, when I started. It was tough. I didn't have products. I didn't have money. Like I said, I don't know how to drive. But, I just want to say that I believe each and every one of us, we have something in us that if we sit down and try to, develop on that skill and put our mind to it, there's nothing, absolutely nothing that we cannot achieve. If someone had told me that I'll be here at this point today, I would probably say, you're joking. That's not possible. But there's nothing impossible with God. That's one thing I've realized. And there are so many potentials God has deposited in us. We just need to tap into it. We don't know, but it's there. So, can you move to the next slide, please? Okay, yes. I believe everyone knows what a side hustle is. It's just, it's something you do on the side, to make extra income to support your career, the main job that you're doing. So aside your regular employment, side hustle is something that you do on the side, to make extra income. Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, so how I found my side hustle, I've already given you a background story, what can I offer? What look to yourself, like what is it like people need out there that I can offer. Like, it doesn't matter that. Then another mistake that people make is you feel like a lot of people are doing this thing already. I had that imposter syndrome. Like, oh, a lot of people are already makeup artists. I can count 1 million people doing. Like, I will lose count even if I start counting. Like, we make that mistake and feel like the market is already saturated. Like, how do I fit in? No. If God has called you, you are here on earth for a purpose. It doesn't matter if there's 1 billion people doing the same thing. If God has said, like, called you to it, and he's going to make a way for you, your own people, your own crowd, your own clients, they will find you wherever you are. That's one thing that one fear that I had when I started initially. I was like, oh, a lot of makeup artists, I had the fear and everything. But I just kept going. So you just search yourself, what is it that I can offer? What is it that people need that I can offer to them? I went ahead as going to parties. I used to style gele. I know some people who know, have met me at event venues before. I will start at the front with my protruding belly, with my, I was pregnant at some point in time, and there's something about me. I don't care where the job is, I will go. It is business, I will go. Then the mistake I think people also make is, I can't do that kind of job. Oh. I already told you my background. I was working like the last job I did before I came here. If anyone had seen me doing what I said I was doing, they'd be like, this one is from grace to grass, so, but I don't care, I took the job. I go to parties, I tie gele. I'll be at the front with my belly, like I said. Do you want to tie gele, man? Welcome. Even people that are much more younger than I am, But that was the point that I found myself, and I don't care if that is what is going to sustain me. That's what I'm making money from. You shouldn't be ashamed of what you're doing. You shouldn't be ashamed of your side also, or even if it's your main also. No, this is what you find yourself doing, and you have to do it well. Some people, even from there, I've met a lot of people, the job has afforded me to, like, work with different people of different communities, Americans, Mexicans, anybody, that has helped me to the point where my business is now. Some people met me then, and they are so surprised, to see me at the point that I am now. So you are building relationships. You're thinking you're starting so just start where you are, whatever point you have, with whatever resources that you have, start from the point you have. Pray before you take any steps, any decisions, and be mindful of the people that you talk to. There are some people that are destiny, they will kill your destiny. They will kill your dreams. So be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you talk to. Like I used to say that these things that I said I wanted to do, like I said it to some people, and they were like, but you didn't go to a makeup school. How many makeup products do you have? I had 0 makeup products, I didn't even know anything. Even the photography, I don't know anything about camera. I had 0 knowledge. And here I am today. So be mindful of the people that you listen to. It's normal, like as human beings, for us to, be scared of, the step that we want to take. But that's why we have the Holy Spirit. That's why the place of God comes in. That's why we have our spiritual mentors, our fathers. Talk to the right people. Please, it's very, very important. The people you listen to and the people you speak to. I've talked about the imposter syndrome. Make sure the market is saturated. You can fit in wherever God wants you to fit in. Then a major problem, especially we Africans, we see everyone as our competitor. Our competitors as our enemies. Oh, she's doing the same thing that I'm doing. He's doing the same thing that I'm doing. Oh, I cannot work with him. I cannot. No. That's outrightly wrong. You are not going to grow like that. Oh, I can do everything by myself. I don't need anybody's help. I don't have to partner with this next person. No, it doesn't work like that. You can even learn from them. You can pick 1 or 2 from them, 2 things from them. One thing that I did when I started was I followed other photographers. I followed other makeup artists. And when I don't know something, up to today, I don't feel too big about anything. Whether it's my business, whether it's personal life, when I see you, I try to relate with everybody, young or old. I greet you and go about my business. If I need something from you, I ask you the questions. Don't see everybody doing something you're doing as your enemy. You can pick up, you can learn from them. Like I said, start where you are with the resources you have. You don't have to have. Then another thing is people think that, oh, I need one huge capital to start. Like I told you, I had nothing, literally nothing. No car. I don't know how to drive. I had no car. I had nothing. I had no money for products. I think the first job I did was they paid me $40. I went to all these beauty supply store and I got we women that are here. I got a concealer, LA girl concealer, maybe $5 or something. I bought it like that. I knew that they weren't the best of products, but I did what I had to do with what I had then. So don't wait for one big thing, breakthrough that is coming. You see, one thing about God is he probably wanted to see what I was going to do with what I had before, it took me to the point that I am now and where is he taking me to. That, okay, well, if I trust this girl with these little resources, what is she going to do with it? If I had sat down and said, oh, this $40, what is $40 going to do? So this is how much they will be paying me for this kind of, and I stood there for hours to do the makeup and gele with my son on my back, and I took $40 home. But right now, people come to my studio for me to work for them. I don't go to them anymore, except I want to go. I can decide to go. I can decide not to go if I don't want to go. I can decide to tell you, oh, you have to pay me $100 for travel fee if I have to leave my studio to come to you. I cannot try that 6 years ago. I cannot. But you see, this is what I'm talking about, growth and starting where you are. You have to put into the work to get to where you want to get to. It doesn't happen overnight. Yes, you can skip to the next slide because I had already talked about this. Yes, and this is basically like your income level. Like the more work you put into the job, like the more you expand yourself, branding yourself, the more income you turn in. Don't be lazy. When you place other people's interests before yours, yours will be taken care of. Another mistake we make is, is money. Everything is all about money. I just want to make my money and go. You don't build relationship with your clients. I'm not saying you should poke nose into their personal life or stuff, but, relate with people well. It's not just about, oh, they are going to pay me $100 when I'm done. They are going to pay me $200. No, it goes beyond that. That's the major, and this has really worked for me. Like, all my clients are like my family members. It's not like I know everything about them, but when they say, oh, Joy, this and that, your daughter, like some kids that I took their newborn pictures, some are 4 years old now, some are 3 years old now, they still send me their pictures. Oh, you see, Asha is this grown now, this is this, and I'm so happy, we have this relationship that wherever they see me, they still see me as like we saw each other yesterday. So it goes beyond the point of, word of mouth. The way that I treat them, I'm like making them feel comfortable when they come to me beyond the money that they are paying me. Sometimes they'll be like, Joy, your own is too much. You are too nice. Like, we came here to work. You're offering us this, offering us that, But just to one person, you see the number of people on that, like those chat, what that chat represents is, from one person, what you did for one person, can call the nation to you. One person just want that opportunity. A good word of mouth is very, very important. But once you treat one person bad, don't go to her. And our people now, we talk. Don't go to her. Joy is a very, rude person. She's going to do this. Although you cannot please everybody, there will still be some people that you do nice to and they will say bad about you. But the point is, know what you're doing. Don't make it all about the money. Serve them well. This is what is going to help you. Next slide, please. Yes, so aside all that I've said, how to identify your potential, how to identify what need you can satisfy in the society, what skills you need, and not being afraid to start small, start where you are and all that. I would also like to share, the things that I did that helped me. Like I said, I've been doing the work for over 6 years. I never thought to register my business until a year ago. I was just, whatever money you give me, Zelle, Cash App, I have no business account, nothing. I'm just collecting the money, because I saw it, like I said, like a side also. I went to school, I did everything. So I never thought that I would even be doing this like as a serious thing. I was just fine. It was paying me well. I was making my money, but I never thought to register it until a year ago. So I would like to share the things that I did, to register the business, how you can also do yours and all that. So first, before you even register the business, can you think of a business name? Is the one that you have existing, is it okay? Is the business name available for you to use, or is it taken? Then another thing that people is ignorance. So many things that we don't know is just ignorance. And the internet is our friend. Google is your friend. Just go there. If you feel like you don't want to talk to people, some people we are different. It's not everyone that can talk to the next person and say, oh, do you know something about this? Pick your phone. We can be on social media every day, Insta blog, this and that, doing what is not going to benefit us. We can just pick your phone, go on Google, search for anything you need is right there. These are the things that I did that helped me. You can always research what you don't know. Come up with your business name, Determine what form of business. Is it a corporation? Is it a limited liability company that you want to register for? You see, all this. And the thing is, one thing, if you don't know anything, you can just go and Google the term. It will tell you more about it. And you feel like you're still stuck, even after Googling it, you can talk to someone that is already doing what you want to do. And the funny thing is that there's always someone doing what you want to do. So don't feel like, oh, if I go to them, they will feel like she doesn't know anything. I don't know anything. Tell me. You understand? In fact, I'm a dullard. I used to tell my husband, I said, see, cooking son, cooking son. Like when we go to Walmart and want to buy something, he doesn't know the aisle. Just ask one attendant. They will tell us, instead of roaming about, we go straight to the aisle. If you go to Google, you don't know, hey, auntie, something. I know you are doing this thing, if you like. Don't tell me what you did, but I need your help. You don't need to, hold yourself back, box yourself up in a shell. Be open to learn, be open to people. Just know that just make sure you are taking the right information in, as much as you are open to people, Then I put a link there of where you can register your business in the state of Texas, if that would be helpful to you. But even if you don't get a link right now, you can go on Google, like I said, which was what I did. I went on Google, I did it myself, and the registration fee is $300. Some things that we feel like, oh, we cannot achieve or it's too big, it's just us having the right information. I never knew I would spend only $300 to register my business. And I got the certificate literally the same day. And they sent me a digital one the same day, and the physical copy, like I think 3 days after. So, opening a business account, I always say it's good to manage your income. Don't spend, as the money is coming in, you have to account for it. You have to be able to account for it. Another big mistake that can ruin a business is not being accountable for what is coming in and what is going out, You can be saying, oh, I'm making money, this, but business is full of, entrepreneurship is not for the weak. You can make $10,000, let's say, for instance, let me even go overboard. You can make $2,000 this month, and next month you will not make anything, because that is business. Sometimes it will be booming, like you'll be like, oh God, this is so good, this is this, and next 3 months, it's like there's nobody even seeing you. So you have to manage your income very well. You have to know what you're doing. So open a business account. You can ask your bank, ask anybody, Google, like I said. Compare the benefits that your bank is offering you. The bank have good APRs than the other. Don't just go with any bank, Compare your options before you make a decision. Then renting an office space, you look around, ask people, consult with realtors. And some landlords, sometimes they have their own realtor that can work with you. This was the site that I used when I got my office space, through Google as well, looknet.com, and they had their own realtor that works with me. It was a very smooth process. I just want to say that whatever step you're taking, whether it's to register your business, whether it's to rent an office space, just make sure you are, don't rush. Make sure you are comparing your options. Whatever decision you want to make, don't say that because Mr. Hay did this, I will also do exactly what Mr. Hay did. It might not work for you that way. Just compare your options. Then branding and sustaining your business is a different thing for you to start a business. It's a different thing for you to keep it. How do you brand your business? How do you sustain it? How do you make your business different from others? Like I said, a lot of people are doing the same thing that you're doing. How do you stand out for them? A lot of makeup artists are out there. A lot of photographers are out there. What do you do to make you stand out? Apart from that God is going to help us and all that. But what do you do individually to make yourself stand out? You brand yourself, you have a business card. I still share my business card till today, wherever I go to. I don't care whether people know me or not. I still share it. I go to work, oh, do you care to have my business card? You know, you never know. You have a working website. One thing that I noticed was the moment I got my business registered, it gave me some kind of, respect from my clients. Now they are looking at me like, not just anybody, it's not just like she's just making money, but they are looking at, okay, no, this is like a professional photographer that they are going to, a professional makeup artist that they are going to. Then the website also, like everybody just chatting, you going into your DMs, fine, they can still make inquiries, but they have like an organized portfolio. They can see my work, they can see what I'm doing, I don't have to keep introducing myself. They can see my educational background, they met me before I even came for their coming to meet. Oh, are you Joy? But they already have a background to who Joy is and what she has done before. So that the website helps a lot. Then client contracts is just to protect you, like I said, you're going to work with a lot of people, the good ones, the bad ones, one that can be difficult and all that. So it's always good to have a contract for them to sign so that you're protecting yourself in case anything goes wrong. It doesn't mean anything is going to go wrong, but it's always good to protect yourself. Internet, like I said, use the internet to your advantage. Facebook ads, Instagram. I have a lot of clients from Instagram. They see me all the time. Oh, we found you on Instagram. Oh, we find you on Google. Register your business on Google as well. A lot of jobs recently from Google search. Just a photographer's naming, makeup artist naming. They say, oh, we found you on Google. And reviews, encourage your clients to leave you reviews and all that. It helps a lot. Then flexible mode of payment. There was one day someone called me, do you take Venmo? I said, yes. I've never taken a Venmo payment before, but I said yes. Every money, as long as I'm not getting a leading from God not to do the job. If you say I take Venmo, I take Venmo. Whatever you say I take it. Just come first, you will see it. Yes, now. Don't send them away and say you don't take Venmo. I take it. So, the Zelle, Quick Pay, Cash App, whatever. In fact, some things I've never heard before. I heard them from my clients. I'll go and incorporate it to my business. Just never know. Don't be rigid, be flexible, open to new ideas. Keep record of all expenses, like I said. Give more value than you earn. I've said that. Patience and people skills, very, very important. Sometimes we get so mad like what people do. It's not easy to serve people. It's not easy. I'm going to tell you that. But God has helped me, to be very patient. No matter what, you will not find me send you out of my studio or exchanging words with you. I'd rather go and sit down and let you, vent. Then, madam, can we continue? Do you want to reschedule your session? It is very important to know how to manage people. And good response time. If you're doing business, you can't be slack. You can't be slack because, like I said, it's not just you that is doing the business. A lot of people are doing the business. So you have to be on your toes, responding to your clients, the inquiries and all that. If you don't respond on time, someone else responds the job for you. So good response time. Then finally, business taxes, you have to do this. This is one thing you have to do. Once your business is registered, you will file taxes. So that's another thing that puts people off. They don't want to register business because they don't want to pay taxes. But as long as you are not Walmart, you are not, how many taxes do you want to pay back? It's not like one huge amount. Besides, the tax is also helping you one way or the other if you look at it well. So make your researches. Like myself, I pay self-employment tax. That was what my tax professional advised that I pay. Then there's something called franchise tax too. And I don't pay anything. I just have to report it every year. It's just $0 because I don't make up to $1 million, so I don't have to pay anything. All these things that we are scared of, all we just need to do is ask questions, see what you need to benefit from it. Then I just listed the different types of taxes. You can look them up. But like I said, you can also talk to a tax professional. You can put through which one fits for your business. Next slide, please. Yes, so I'm done with my presentation. I'm just going to take you through some of my portfolio, some of my work, just to see some of the things that God has helped me to achieve. Can you go to the next slide? Yes. That's my daughter. I think that's a it's it's a lot. I can't show you all, but I just put together some slides to see that it doesn't matter where you start from. It doesn't matter how little the point where you start from. So someone had told me that I would take those kind of images. In fact, if you see, I made a mistake. I should have made some slide of what I did when I started. You would have laughed of the pictures that I took. Sometimes my husband would say, those people that you worked with before, they have to collect their money back from you, They are terrible, honestly. But thank God for, where I am today. So thank you. Thank you for listening.
All righty. Thank you so much, Mrs. Joy Gabriel. All right. So the next thing, just in case if you have questions, question and answer for the next 5-10 minutes, roughly. Questions? Do you have questions for her? Okay. You can step forward. Who's first?
Thank you much, Ms. Asian. I just wanted to add that in addition to the taxes, now that you are official and professional, considering getting professional liability insurance is very important.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for that addition.
So my question is for people like that are not skilled and they want to have like other side also like investment to kind of like have something on the side, not their regular 9 to 5. So how would you advise they navigate that?
Okay, just like I said, there's always someone that has done what you want to do before. There's always someone. It doesn't have to be like, like a hand job or something. Even if it's something that doesn't require you using your hands or something, just, ask questions. You can, like I said, even Google about it, that thing that you want to do, and pray. Praying is very, very important. Pray to God for his leading. You would find someone that has done what you have done before to put you through and pray about it, research about it. I think you should be able to make a decision from there.
All right. Thank you so much. Any other question? Okay.
My question. At what point do you know that a side hustle has become a main hustle? Bearing in mind with what you said that sometimes the business will boom and you think that, well, I can start with this. And at some other time, it will be a zero level.
What was the question?
So at what time do you know when a side hustle becomes hustle?
Oh, okay, yes. Oh, you would know because, the number of clients you're serving. Like for me, I didn't decide to get a studio overnight. It was at a point where I noticed, I have a lot of clientele now. Then I have to travel a lot to their places with my props and everything. It was becoming too much for me. I needed a space of my own. I think at a point when I decided to register the business and get a studio space was when I decided that this is actually what I want to be doing. Fine, I was making money, like I said, for those numbers of years, but I never really decided that, okay, I want to fully invest in this. So the point when I decided to register the business and get a studio space was but you would definitely know because of, your clientele, the income coming in. Fine, like I said, business might not be booming very well, but that is different from you not getting anything at all. That is different from you not having a clientele at all. It's different from you just starting up. You're already there. You have your clientele. They are there. It's just that this season, business is not moving like booming like it would every season. You understand? Like, for instance, I will set an example of the holidays. Like this January now is a little bit slow because, the people's expenses, December period, now back to school and all of that. So that's what I meant, like when you're having any of that. But obviously, the business is still there. You still have your clientele and everything come. You understand? So you would know when there's time to, to make a move. You would know because obviously you are keeping the record. You see your clientele has improved and all that. It's not like when you just started.
All right, thank you. Any other question? Question? All right, let's give it off. Oh, you have one question? Oh, sorry. Do you have any question? Okay, sure.
Hi, I know you mentioned something about transitioning from a student to, you doing your personal business. How did that transitioning go for you? I mean, transitioning from your OPT to, becoming an entrepreneur. And how did that go for you? And how did you manage that transitioning? Because I know a lot of things must have gone into, transitioning from OPT being an F1 student to, the entrepreneur space.
Okay. So, like I said, it wasn't easy at all. So, but what broke the camel's back was when I was searching for a job, like when immediately after I got out of school, I graduated in December 2018, and I think it was around February, I found out I was pregnant with my second child. So I kept on going, for the job search and everything. I got a job offer that requires me to, walk, door to door. It was like T-Mobile. You know those people that come to the house and knock the door? I was like, I don't have a car. I'm pregnant. So how do I do this kind of job? I went there for just a day, and I stopped because there's no way I could have done something like that. Then I kept on searching, and there was a day that I went for a job interview. I was already showing, but the way I dressed, you wouldn't know that I was pregnant. I think I was like 5 months along. But what gave me away, I did some interview and everything. Woman, it was it was supposed to be a government job. She had a government office that she was running for, I think, like foster homes and all that. She wanted me to head the company. So, but what gave me away, she was like, oh, I'm going to send you an email tomorrow, this and that, and that. I was so happy. You know how pregnant women, when we want to stand up now, we've forgotten ourselves. It wasn't even one hand that I used to support myself. I used both hands to support myself, like, up on the chair. I could see the shock on her face, literally on her face. And I was like, you know what, okay. When I go home, I said, babe, don't worry, they will not call me back. He said, what do you mean they will not call you back? I said, this was what happened. He said, hey. I said, don't worry. So several days after, we didn't hear from the woman. I said, I told you. Then I called her myself. She just gave me some message. You know what? I'm not going to open the office for now. This and your qualifications, this and that. The pay that I'm offering you, just could up some stories, So at that point, I just made up my mind. I was like, babe, you know what? I will just face my business squarely. Then I put all into the business. Then I started calling the people that we were working together before I went back to school. Like, if you have makeup jobs, so please call me. That was when I told you the story of me going to parties to tie gele with big belly and all that. Just making sure, I put myself back out there for the business. So it wasn't easy, honestly. What you see today is years of crying, sweat, and everything, and the grace of God. So it's not going to be easy when you start, obviously. But if I can do it, you can do it. Yes.
So let us give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. Let's give her a round of applause. She descends. Cost of time, real quick. So I'm sure everyone, you were taking notes. Several notes we'll kind of exchange towards the end. But cost of time, as I stated, we're going to be introducing our next speaker. So please stay tuned, right? Make sure you keep jotting down notes. And by the end of it all, we're going to wrap up, with question, and we'll have interaction as well. All right, thank you. Media, let's go.
Government procurement, business development, marketing tools and tactics, capability statements, and marketing consulting services using the exclusive federal acceleration strategies and tactics, fast registered trademark process, and the Kickstart program. Sought after subject matter expert, he recently presented for the Mid-Maryland Society of American Military Engineers Post and Grow program.
That
Oh, there we go.
2, 1, 2. Okay. Mr. Kenyon, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now. Sounds
All
good.
right, you can go ahead. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's such a pleasure to be a part of this event and to be able to share a lot of this great material that I have for you all. That the presentation previously with Mrs. Gabriel, that was phenomenal. She gave a lot of some good insight into being a business owner, into marketing your business to prospective customers, and a lot of the things that she hit on actually we're going to talk about today because they're also relevant if you want to be a contractor for the federal government as well. And so we'll get into that today. I'm so excited to be able to share this information with you all, to share these opportunities with you all, and to know that you all, everyone in that room right now, you all have a place in the federal marketplace. It's just a decision on whether or not you want to enter that marketplace and take on that beast. So today we'll be covering marketing to win, and that's what we're all about at Target Gov. Marketing to win. Our clients have won over $10 billion in federal contracts in our over 27 years doing business. And the strategies and tactics that I'm going to share with you all today are some of the strategies and tactics that we share with our clients as well that have helped them win that $10 billion. Okay, so there's my slide. My name is Kion Branford. I'm a senior consultant with Target Gov. I've been with Target Gov for a little bit over 3 years now.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Right. Good. Okay. All right. Thank you once again. I know this is a lot, I will say, wealth of information. Let's give them a round of applause, everyone, once more, please. Okay, so open for question and answer. Does anyone have any question for? Okay. Do you mind coming over here so that you can, if you don't mind? Okay. Can you go to the slide for the barcode again, please? Or the QR code, sorry. So that's your question, ma'am, right? Okay. Oh, thank you. Any question? Anyone else? Do you mind coming over here, please, so that you can? All right. What's your question?
Yes. I have tried to register this company before with sams.gov, but each time they tell me that the tax cannot be verified. I don't know how to. I've called them and the result. So do you know what I can do?
Well, first, my first thing would be, do you know if you have, so what I would do in that case, what I would do is the folks at e.gov, they will be able to help you in terms of submitting your information with them. The Federal Service Desk, SD stands for Federal Service Desk.
All right, thank you so much. Anyone else? Any question? Yes. All right, we have one more question.
Hi, I'm WOSB certified, but I have to pay an organization to do that every 2 years. So is it free, or should I be paying these people?
In order to be federally certified with the Women-Owned Small Business Program, you do not need to pay them. Now, if you are a part of the WBE program, Women Business Enterprises, which are state certifications, those certifications typically have fees. But in order to be federally certified as a women-owned small business, you can do all of that yourself on wasb.certified.sba.gov. So no, you do not need to pay them to do that anymore. The federal government took over that process at the beginning of 2023.
Okay, you can come over. Another question?
Go about with the in terms of transportation of the military equipment and on the military equipment across the how do you go about getting to that in transportation of military equipment?
Yeah, sure. So what I would do for you, or what I recommend for you to do, is to go to, and actually everyone can use this website. It's called usaspending.gov. I'd go to usaspending.gov. A couple keywords for you that they use to describe moving and logistics. That's one word, moving and logistics type services. The government oftentimes calls it logistics because they like to be fancy. So when you're looking for opportunities, make sure you're looking for logistics. Look for supply chain, because that's another way that they think of moving services. And believe it or not, a lot of times they just call it moving, M-O-V-I-N-G. And so I would say go to usaspending.gov, go to the to search for the award data and search for those keywords and phrases and see which agencies pop up and start your research from there.
All right, we have another question over here.
Hi, I'm a physician, and I've discovered just in looking the last couple of years, trying to look for opportunities as that they've been a little elusive. So I guess my specific question is, where would you direct me as a physician through sam.gov or any of these other government websites to look for contracting opportunities?
So in terms of medical services, physician type services, well, one of the one of the biggest agencies when it comes to medical services is the Veterans Affairs Administration. And so, what I would say for you is to go directly, not to SAM, but go directly to the Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization for the VA, the OSDBU. And if you go and just Google that, it'll show up. VA OSDBU. I would reach out to them, and then someone else from Health and Human Services as well, because in particular, those are the folks who use your services, your physician services.
Thank you. Any other person? Okay, come forward, please.
Hello. Thank you so much for your wealth of information. So I do have a question. I know you talked about keywords for when you register for SAMs, but let's say for your business, okay, let me give you an example. If you had a staffing company for like medical services and things like that, does that have to be your company's name, like your LLC, for you to be considered, or just put in those NARC codes and things like that?
Just the second one. It doesn't have to be in your LLC or your company name. You would want those keywords and phrases, like you said. You want the NAICS codes that apply, right? And then you want to put those specific keywords and phrases. So, like the word nurses, you want to have that in your notes field in your points of contact in SAM.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Okay, anyone else? Any other question? Okay, I guess that's it. Thank you so much again, Mr. Keon. We really appreciate your time. And, okay. One thing real quick, just kind of let everyone know. For everyone that definitely registered, I hope everyone registered. If you've not registered yet, make sure you see. Right? It should see you, correct? Okay, awesome. Make sure you register because what's going to happen is we're going to get the presentation and also the recording as well. We're going to send it out, right, to every individual as long as you put your information in. So that will definitely be helpful because, as I said, as we all know, it's a lot of information. So we need to be able to digest those information, all right? Okay, so the next thing we do have, I think, Pastor. Yes, if you don't mind. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I want to appreciate everyone for coming this evening, and I hope that you have something we are taking home tonight. I'll just share one experience with you that happened to me that my wife just called my attention today. About 4 years ago, I went into an Amazon business. Because I don't have time, so I hired an assistant from Philippines, virtual assistant from Philippines, who has been running the business. But one thing I have done is I have kept my own part of the bargain. The business didn't really make profit. But I paid what I needed to pay, kept the relationship going and everything. So at the time, he just said, I said, Eduardo, I'm going to close down this thing because it's not making profit. And it's due. I said, in Philippines. I said, give me your proposal. So he sent me a proposal. And when he sent me the proposal, we have never met before. We only online. So right now I have somebody that is in Philippines working out what we are going to do in Philippines. Back to me and he said, because he knows me as a pastor, he said, Pastor never deceived me one day for 4 years, even though I wasn't making money. What am I trying to say to you? Goodwill. Sometimes it's costly for you to maintain goodwill. But it doesn't matter what it's going to cost you. You don't know where you're going to benefit from it. So sometimes we start a business, it doesn't work out, it's not working out the way we expect. We should not misbehave. And we should not just get angry and just quit anyhow. One policy I have is that I must make sure that I do not hurt anyone or cheat anyone. I would rather be cheated because that would be a goodwill for me later than for me to put a sour thing in somebody. And I want to encourage us because most of us here, we are Christians. And we have to know that we are a light wherever we go. So even when things don't turn out the way we expect, please don't just treat the relationship anyhow, because we can always come back to it again and again and again. What does not work now may work for something else later in the future. Please don't promise what you will not do. Sometimes you can't do it, get back to the person and say, hey, I intended to do this, but I'm not able to do it. Or sometimes you have money to pay. Please don't keep quiet. Let the person know I'm working on it, and I will give you the money as soon as possible. But what I'm just saying is goodwill is very expensive. So we just have to keep relationship, because without relationship, there's no business. And I want to encourage you, you have to keep trying again and again and again and again and again. It may not work out the first time, try again. It may not work out the second time, try again. Just keep trying and keep trying. If it's easy to make money, everybody will be a million the fittest. You'll be surprised. 5 of us say it and trash it most of the time. But there's no doubt that there will always be a remnant that will say, you know what, I'm going to go through all this process. A lot of information, whether we like it. Realize that by this time next year, somebody will say, I did something about it. And that person can be you. You know, somebody is going to start a side hustle from nothing. And before you know it, the person is going to say, hey, do you know it's now my main hustle? I can tell you that you are not making it because you do not want to make it. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. What you want to do, you cannot do, like Joyce said. If we spend 1 hour, 1 hour, that's 4 hours a week. In a month, that's 16 hours. Whatever you want to do, can you spend 16 hours learning about it? And I made up my mind that this year I want to learn 10 things. I may not use it, but I can give it to people to use. So I just wanted to know how that you can never believe. Even before you sleep every day, you're on your bed. What do? Social media. Just 1 hour. 4 days in a week. You still have 3 days that you can use for yourself. 16 hours a month. Studying the same thing. Going on YouTube to learn about the same thing. Reading about the same thing. I can tell you, when you first begin to do it, anything at all, whatever you set your mind to do, you want to learn about any nation, you can know within 16 hours, you know about everything going on there. So I just want to encourage you that we do not lazy out. Let's just maximize this moment that we are going to have. It's a general meeting, but Thursday is going to be a meeting like this. Our special guests are going to be here, 2 of them speaking at the same time. They will talk, and we can ask them questions. But that's just an introductory thing on Thursday, because we are the core people here who really have put in extra efforts to be in this program. They are going to be more down to heart with us. There was somebody who came from New Jersey. Do we have the person? Somebody with $1 registered with $1,500. And she said because she's been following me for a long time and that has turned her life around. So she's still going to travel down just to share what God has done through what she has had, even through my social media and YouTube program. To me, that was very encouraging, that somebody has a testimony that his life was turned around. I also said, you spoke about 3 years ago. Now I have 2 duplexes. I'm going to the 3rd one. I just want to know I'm doing very well. So I want you to know that this is not a joke. We can have testimonies this time next year. Amen. So if there are any other question before we round up tonight? Yes.
The minimum amount needed of this.
By God's grace, on Saturday, I'm going to talk about it, and I will tell you how you can become a millionaire in 10 years.
What?
Oh, you want it 1 year, right? But I tell you, it's better to do it slowly, and then you are stronger. Because, you realize 5 years after that, you can be talking about $35 million. So it's better to build it than to rush into it, and then you lose all the money. Don't forget that some people win lottery, even 10 million. You realize that it's just a matter of a few years. That one can become 5, can become 10. That's what I want to bet. It's the first one that is always the most difficult. Don't forget that the millionaires in America, that's a millionaire. So will have been able to make it. And don't forget that a lot of people have made so much money and they don't even have $100,000 that they can hold on to, including you and I, that we have made a lot of money, but we don't have $50,000 in our account. We're gonna both online and physically. And we thank you for those who will still speak to us tomorrow and on. Thank you. Wealth. We really want into your hands that more than what anyone has, a season of new beginning. Thank you for blessing our evening. And we thank you, Lord, for giving us tomorrow. In Jesus' name we pray. God bless you. Thank you for coming.